challenges and also changes. You see, every one of us wants to grow. That's the truth. Every one of us, we want to get better. We want something more out of life. We want to live a better life. We want our lives to make more meaning, make more impact. We want to be able to matter more in our generation and in our world at large. And you see, change is something that you don't have a choice. It's either you make up your mind to be intentional about your change, or the changes around you will hurt you or impact you in a very negative way. And then I started this particular series trying to show us something that Andy Stanley said. He said, pick people by their strengths and then be aware of their weaknesses. When you notice somebody's weakness, it doesn't devalue his strength. With weakness, his person is not devalued. Now, Andy Stanley was trying to show us by this his quote, when you want to pick friends, when you want to do employments, when you actually want to allow people come into your life, he said, first of all, look out for their strengths. That means there is nobody under heaven doesn't have strengths. But the problem most times is that we quickly look at people's weaknesses and then we begin to avoid them as a plague. But the truth is, it doesn't matter the person's weakness. If you can see the person's strength, you can get to use the person's strength for your good. But you see, in the context of my teaching, I'm actually not looking at it now from somebody who wants to choose. I'm looking at it from you, the way you see yourself. Many a times we allow our weaknesses make us feel not good, not better than the next person. And because of it, you start having inferiority complex. Before you know it, you start hating yourself. Before you know it, you begin to kill your capacity to do more in life. Because right now, you are judging yourself because you are not as good as so and so. You failed yesterday and the other person passed yesterday. So you think this is no longer for you because you failed. No, relax, you get. Now, we've been looking at that, and we've been able to look at 10 barriers, 10 things that can be a barrier to your growing. See, listen, brothers and sisters, it's either you make up your mind to grow or you grown. Because the challenges of tomorrow are actually test questions to test how much you have grown. You know, the Bible said if you fail in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So the problem is not the adversity. The problem is you growing your strength. Because whether you like it or not, every human being under the face of the earth, as long as you are alive, you must have things to deal with. That's why they say the only things that float on water are only dead things. Every living thing, to survive in water, you must swim. And in swimming, you must go against the currents. You must go against the tides in swimming. So, we must all make up our minds to grow. Now, I get it. Sometimes, because of the hardship, because of the things we are going through, because of the rejection, because of the peer pressure, because of the unmet expectations, sometimes we lose focus of what the real problem is. We put all our mind on the things you don't have, the things you cannot afford, the challenges around you, the economy, the bad uncle, the bad auntie, the poor background. You just blame it on everything on the outside. But hear me today. The truth of the matter is this. If you can intentionally grow, personal development, after a while, some things you see as a problem will cease to be a problem. That's why we've been able to identify some of the barriers of growth. The first day of this series, I talked to you about fear. The second time, I dealt with pride. And then the other time, we looked at you taking responsibility. Today, I'm going to be looking at something else. By God's grace, by next week, I'll be rounding up this series and we're going to be looking at personal discipline. But today, I'm going to be looking at another factor that can be a big barrier to your growth. That it doesn't matter your passion to grow, doesn't matter the structures you have put in place to grow, if you don't handle this one is like the oga pata of them all when it comes to barriers to your growth. This one has the power to affect you, stop you from growing, no matter how much you try. And somebody's itching and saying, sir, what is it? Just say it already. Yes, I'm going to say it. It's your association. It's the quality of friends you have. It's the people that you listen to all the time, the people you hang out with. These people have the one of the strongest forces to affect your growth. That means one of the first things that you are going to deal with ruthlessly if you must grow in every area of your life is the people you call friends. You must sit down to audit them. You must sit down. You know, the Bible said something in Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20. Bible said something in Proverbs 13:20. It said, he that walketh with the wise man shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. He that walks with a wise person shall be wise, but somebody who surrounds himself with fools shall be destroyed. That means, look at your life very well right now. What are those habits you're struggling with? What are those things that you feel you are trying to navigate and it's not working? Check your friends. Check your friends. Check your friends. You see, life, it's about relationship. Life is about relationships. And if your relationship is the wrong one, your ship will definitely land in a wrong place. You understand me? So we're going to be looking at relationships very, very quickly, very fast. You see, my pastor, Pastor George Izunwa, said something. You see, on this show, Pastor George Izunwa is one that made it possible for me to be here. You know, he's my father in the Lord. He's my pastor. And don't mind me if I say 1, 2, 3, and I quote him, because everything I'm sharing with you today, he taught me. I am what I am today because God allowed me to meet Pastor George Izunwa. And that's one relationship that God gave me that I'll be forever grateful for. Praise God. And yesterday was my pastor's, my father in the Lord, Pastor George Izunwa, Pastor Manuela Izunwa. Yesterday was their 26th year marriage anniversary. And I want to say, Daddy and Mommy, thank you, because your marriage made us possible. If that marriage didn't work, I don't think I'll be sitting here today to do what I'm doing. And I want to use this opportunity to shout out and say, Daddy, thank you. Mommy, thank you for this opportunity. We are proud of the both of you, and we say, may God bless you, may God increase you, and may God make your marriage sweeter in the name of Jesus Christ. All right, now let's go. My pastor said something, he said, people that choose to walk alone end up walking a lonely path. People that choose to walk alone end up walking a lonely path. And whether you like it or not, in this life, you cannot do life alone. And then, you see, many life intersections are not accidents. They are spiritually engineered. In other words, whenever God wants to take your life forward, God sends a man. And whenever the devil wants to destroy you, he sends someone too. Because most times that we talk about open doors, most times we talk about access, it's human beings we're talking about. So if there must be a change, We must begin with your circle of friends. We must begin with you critically and intentionally. Why? Because the people you meet in life can either make or mar your life. The people you meet in life can either make or mar your life. You see, some people connect to you as destiny helpers, while others connect to you as destiny barriers. There are two kinds of people in your life. You have the helpers, and you have the people that are like barriers to you by virtue of what they represent in your life, what they bring into your life. But make no mistakes, there is no relationship, no matter how tiny it looks, that does not have a spiritual impact. I say it again. There is no relationship, there is nobody, no human being in your life today that does not have a spiritual impact on you. Make no mistakes about it. So that's why when it comes to a relationship, you should not be casual. Why? Because the people in your life can either make you or mar you. And you have two kinds. You have the ones that are destiny helpers, and you have the ones that are destiny barriers. Their presence in your life is why you're struggling, but you may not know. Their presence in your life is why it's difficult for you to move to the next level. Not only because they are doing it intentionally, but then, you see, a destiny helper is anyone whom your relationship with him or her is empowering and blessing your destiny. So it's time for audit right now. It's time to sit down and evaluate all your friends. So, what does he bring into my life? When I'm around him, do I feel empowered? Am I inspired to do more? Am I inspired to move forward? When I make mistakes and I'm around this person, does this person, encourage me to grow? Or does this person applaud me into mediocrity? When I come around this person, do I feel the fire to push? Or is my fire quenched by their words, by the way they talk me down, by the way they cajole me? You see, a destiny helper is someone invested in making your dreams and pursuit a success. How committed are they to you? You see, I understand that in every relationship we have, we shouldn't be selfish. We should try to be the one giving. We should try to be the one, reaching out to impact on people. But the truth is, sometimes sit back and check. These people in your life, are they just takers? Or do they make sacrifices to see you move forward? You see, a person may not have money to give and yet be a destiny helper. I know that in our generation today, what we classify as destiny helpers are people that can give you money when you need money. No. Money is not everything. Money is not everything. There are some people that may never give you 1 naira or give you $1 or give you any amount of money whatsoever, but they can give you access, connections, ideas. They can challenge you to push yourself to a point where you can get everything. Trust me, there are people like that. There are people like that. So, I want you to understand this as we proceed. How you connect in relationship affects what you collect. Most times people are not completely bad like we think they are. But sometimes the way we connect to them determines a whole lot what we collect from them. That's why I'm taking my time today to teach us a few things. So, let's go. All right, let's look at 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 30, the King James Version. It says, "Wherefore the Lord God of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord saith, Be it far from me, For them that honor me, I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Them that honor me, I will honor, and they that lightly esteem me, I will also do the same. Now, this brings me to a point where I want to explain the different kinds of relationships in your life that you must intentionally cultivate if your life must grow, if your growth must happen. You know, life is like a cross. You know, you have the horizontal, people you look up to. There must be people you look up to as mentors, as fathers in the faith, as role models. There must be people you look up to. Now, these are the people that probably have gone to be. There's nothing you want to be in life today that somebody has not already done. There's nothing you want to achieve today that you cannot find someone who has gone there. You can get there and exceed the person, but there are people who have gone ahead of you. So you must have a mentor. You must have a mentor. Then you have the vertical relationship now. Talking about colleagues, talking about friends, contemporaries. These ones motivate you. These ones challenge you. You know, these ones are like people at your level. Then you must have also relationship downwards. That is people that you are mentoring. You see, I found out something that then when I was in school, anytime I teach a particular course to my classmates, I understand that course better. Even as a teacher today, anytime I teach on a subject, sometimes when I teach on a subject, after I'm done teaching on that subject, in the process of preparing for that subject, I get to understand that subject better. So, just like as a human being, you take in oxygen and you give out carbon dioxide, you eat and you must have to give out, whether I like it or not, you must go to the toilet. The same way in life, if you must grow, learn to have people also. There are people you are better than. That's the truth. There are people you are better than. Learn to reach out to those people. You should have relationship with people you are also better than, because all that help you become a better person. So let's look at mentors now today. Let's look at mentors. A mentor is one that awakens your potential. Every young person listening to me today, if you must grow, you must have a mentor. You must have a mentor. Because a mentor is one that awakens your potential. You know, I've told you what potential simply means. I don't want to go into plenty definition. Just see it like this. A potential is, everybody has potentials. What is potential? Simply something that you can do that you've not done yet. Just put it like that. Yes. Right now, you may not have made $1 million. The truth is that you have the potential to make it. All you need is the right understanding, the right knowledge, put in the right hard work, in the right environment, and you can make it. That's the truth. Some things you feel you can't, you can. You've got the potential to do it. Potential is simply power that you have not used. Abilities you have, you've not used. Capacities you have that you have not, used before. So a mentor has a way of awakening those capacities, of awakening those potentials, of awakening those things in you that your world will celebrate tomorrow. So that's where a mentor is. You know, my pastor said something I can't forget in a hurry. He said, a mentor waters the seed of grace in you until it germinates, and helps you to tend it until its fruits are seen. A mentor is one that helps you water the seed of grace in you until it germinates, and it also helps you tend it until the fruits come out. That's where a mentor is. Every one of us needs one. You need one. You see, he said again here, he said, mentors speak into your future, and then they speak you into the future. Two things they do for you. They speak you into your future, and they also speak future into you. Because there are some of us that hearing me now, you don't believe in yourself. You don't even know you can amount to anything. Why? Because all your life, probably your parents, probably people that are around you, they've called you all manner of names. They've made you believe you're a failure. They made you believe you can't do it. They made you believe that you are worth nothing. They made you believe that life has ended. But you see, when you meet a mentor shows you that, listen, there is a future. Life can be better. You can get out of this mess. You can do it. Things can be better. Now you can be saying, but how? That is it. A mentor can speak into your future, and then can speak you into future too. Then he begins to tell you, this is what to do, this is what not to do. Put your leg here, do it this way, and before you know it, you've arrived. Because I found out that one of the greatest gifts a mentor gives you is that a mentor helps you to make the right decisions that actually help you create the destiny you want, because it's decisions that make destiny. I will never forget when Android phones came out newly. And about that time, there is this, in this part of the world, there's this particular phones we used to call them China phones. Not because they were made in China per se, but that was just this language we called it then in this part of in our country. Now, one of those days, one of my friends went to go buy a particular brand of phone. And the problem was that he didn't really know how to know the real one when it comes to that brand of phone. But he got to the market and he saw a particular phone. And on the body of the phone was written that name, that particular brand he was looking for. And then he got there and they gave it to him and he came back. The moment he got back and showed me the phone, bought it so costly, I screamed. I said, oh boy, they have deceived you. This is not this phone. He argued with me. He said, because I know the phone very well. Once you get into the gallery of the phone, you will know the phone. In fact, if I mention the phone's name right now, you will understand. There is a way their gallery is so unique, so unique, so unique. So the moment I entered the gallery of the phone, I knew that it was not the phone, that this was fake. And I told him it was fake. Amen. By the time I was able to now convince him, bringing the real one, and he now saw the difference, he was mad. He went and took police to arrest the person, and then he was refunded back his money, and then he got the one he wanted to get. But you see, he knew what he wanted. But because he didn't understand the brand, he made a wrong decision. Most times that people make wrong decisions in life, young people make wrong decisions in life, it's not because they are bad people. It's not because they have a bad heart. It's not because they have bad intentions. Most of them have good intentions, but the problem is that they don't have enough sufficient knowledge to be able to make that decision. Or they are not exposed. They don't have enough exposure to make a good decision in that area of their life, no matter how good their heart was. That is where a mentor comes into. That's where a mentor comes into play. A mentor can guide you. A mentor can give you that exposure you need. A mentor can be able to help you make those right decisions, have the right information to make the quality decisions that will take your life to the next level. We're still looking at growth challenges, and I've told you that your relationship matters a lot when it comes to your growth. And today we're looking at different kinds of relationships you should cultivate if you must navigate growth. And one of them we've gotten to is having a mentor. And you see, a mentor believes in you and inspires you to discover you. A mentor believes in you and inspires you to discover you. A mentor is ready to counsel, guide, is ready to give you platform and assist you to rise. That's a mentor. See, a lot of young people are where they are today because they don't have mentors. And that's a problem with this our generation. Because a lot of young people feel they know it all. Feel, I don't need to learn from you. I can read it up. I can listen. I read a lot. But it doesn't matter what you read. Hear me now. It doesn't matter what you study. There is a place of light, which is knowledge. And there is also a place of experience, which is guidance. You can have knowledge of something, You can know how something works. But if you have not practically, intentionally, physically worked on that knowledge you have, relax. You don't know anything yet. Trust me. Trust me. If anybody has ever learned how to drive before, you will know that before you are given that car, you can explain a lot of things. You can say how the gear is being put and pushed, and you can explain how to drive. But the moment you sit behind those wheels and the car begins to roll, suddenly it dawns on you that head knowledge and practical knowledge are two different things. You suddenly discover that it is difficult to even steady your hand for the car to move in a straight line. Suddenly just discover, in trying to put the gear, in trying to push it, even if it's an automatic car, all of a sudden it just dawns on you that experience and knowledge are two different things. So you see, this is where a mentor comes into play, because a mentor has experience. You see, it's just like you being in a house or being in a crossroad. Now you have knowledge, but right now you are in a crossroad. At that point, you are seeing the road. You know what to do. But at that point now, you need a guide. You need someone to tell you how to apply this thing rightly and not miss out. Have you ever tried to cook before with a cookery book? A book that explains how this is done and that is done. And then they say, okay, after 5 minutes, add this one. After 3 minutes, add this one. And you tried it exactly after 5 minutes, add it, and the soup or whatever you are baking came out to be a mess. Why? Experience. You see, when a mentor is by your side, there are certain things a mentor will tell you, will show you that book, that's the place of practicals. That's why check. When it comes to any particular course that has to do with life, they will always have practicals. It doesn't matter what they teach you in the theory, there will always be a time they will say this is practical class, because in practicals a lot of things become real and easy to manipulate. So that's why you need a mentor. So you see, the truth about it is that some mentors are coaches, others are models, others are parental figures, and others can even be competitors. My pastor said something here that I want to bring up to us very quickly. Now, someone may be thinking, mentors, out of the blues. No, listen. My pastor said some of these mentors are coaches. They can be your coach. Some of them can be role models. You may not have even met them. Because when it comes to a coach, you must meet a coach one-on-one. The second one are role models. You may never get to meet them. You may only get to read their books, watch them on the television, get to listen to their audio tapes, watch them in conferences, or even attend a conference that they organize, but you may never meet them one-on-one. These are role models. While others are parental figures. Others are parental figures. You see, some of you young people joke with your parents sometimes. Some of you young people don't understand that your parents, some of them, all your parents, they were once at your age before. They grew like you're growing. There was a time they were 20 years. There was a time they were 15 years. There was a time they were 25 years. There was a time they were 30 years. There was a time they were your age right now. And there are a few things they've learned about life that has helped them come to where they are today. That if you can calm down and ask them a few questions, you can learn one or two things. Even if they don't teach you how to get there, they may teach you what not to do so you don't fail. Yes. You see, that's the beautiful thing about parents. Sometimes they may not be able to show you how to enter, but they can tell you for sure things that if you do it, you will never enter. So either way, your parents can be your mentors. They can mentor you. Then others are competitors. Are people probably doing better than you're doing. Friends that are doing better than you're doing. They can also mentor you. But the truth of the matter is this. You must come to that point in your life where you understand that you are not enough in yourself. You need help. You can't do life alone. You see, you can receive mentoring via a book, video, but the most successful mentoring often involves personal relationship. I understand. It doesn't matter. You can be inspired through a book, like I said before, but the truth is you must have a mentor that you have a personal relationship with. One that you can meet. You can talk with this person on a personal basis. Because you see, I can read your book and some of the examples you are giving may be wonderful, but if I apply them, I may run into trouble. Because number one, I am not you. I don't have your temperament. I don't live in your same environment. You see, but see, if it's a personal mentor, that's somebody you can assess. The person already seeing you may ask you a few questions and understand you for you, and will be able to give you custom-made answers that will be unique. That will be unique to what you're doing. Do you understand me? Custom-made answers that will be unique to what you're doing. So, I want you to know today that every one of us needs a mentor. Every one of us needs one. One sign that you are connected to a mentor is that you are restless to produce results. See, you can't be under a mentor and die a mediocre if that person is really a mentor. There is this restlessness your mentor brings into your life. It pushes you to do more. It pushes you to become better. It pushes you for more. So, the question that might be running in your mind now is, how do you make mentorship a destiny-lift relationship? Now, how do you make mentorship? How do you turn it to your advantage for growth? How do you do that? Number one, set the tone of the relationship with humility and curiosity. First of all, you need to find a mentor. They are around you. You know, for some of you watching me right now, you can chat me up. You can chat me up on 0702 5000 950, or you can hit me up on my social media handles, The Mechanic on Facebook, The Mechanic on Facebook, The Mechanic on Instagram, and the same thing, The Mechanic on YouTube. You can hit me up my social media handle, chat me up. You get, let's talk, let's gist. I can help you. At least I have mentors in my life, not one. I have mentors in my life. And with the little I have learned, I also like to share with you. Because you see, the more we share the little that God has taught us, the more God can trust us for more. So I'll be glad to mentor you. And then if I talk with you and I feel like I also know people. So if I talk with you and I feel like no, I'm not the best person to mentor you, I can recommend a few persons for you, and I talk to them for you, and then connect you with them, and then they can help you. But one thing is sure, you need a mentor. Now, when you find one, when you finally find one, prayerfully find one, number one is that you must set the tone of that relationship with humility and curiosity. You must be humble. You must humble yourself. Then secondly, one of the things that activates your mentor's well of wisdom and knowledge is when you always come to him with questions. When you always come to him asking questions. That hunger to know more, that hunger to learn, it can unlock in your mentor the wealth of knowledge. Like the Bible said, the heart of man is like deep wells. Only a man with understanding can draw from them. So come to him with humility. Come to him or her with curiosity. Now, if you are not teachable, it's a wasted relationship. If you are not teachable, it's a waste. There's no need being in the there's no need being in the mentorship for crying out loud. If you're not teachable, if your mentor can't correct you, if your mentor can't tell you this is wrong, this is right, do it this way, and you don't argue, most times it may not make sense. I remember many years ago, Richard Branson, was teaching some college students, and then he said a few things, and one of the students stood up and said, "Sir, I don't agree with you on this. My lecturer said this, said that." And Richard Branson laughed and asked the young man a question. He said, "Is your lecturer a billionaire in dollars?" He said, "No." He said, "So, forget what your lecturer said and take what I'm saying, because me, I'm a billionaire in dollars." So he was talking based on experience. So if that person is truly a mentor, you must be what? Teachable. Now, the number 2 thing to do the moment you find your mentor is invest in self-development and always have relevant questions to ask. You must intentionally invest in self-development so that whenever you meet with him, you have relevant questions to ask him or her. You see, a lot of persons get into mentorship and they lose out on mentorship, the essence of the mentorship, because they are not growing. You hear me now? You see, that you have a mentor does not equal growth. You must develop you. You must improve you. Because if you are putting to work the things he's teaching you and learning to grow, what happens is that each time you see him, you will have relevant questions to ask. Because when you are trying new things, you make some mistakes. When you are trying new things, you get confused at some point. When you are trying to learn to grow, you find out that there are certain things that you will encounter, and when you come, you ask. And then when he hears you, he will smile. He will remember many years back when he was trying to navigate that change, when he was trying to make that improvement that you're trying to make now. And he will smile and he will tell you, yes, when I was trying to do my own 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, these were the challenges I encountered, and this was how I handled it. You say, oh. But if you are not working on yourself, if you are not growing, you won't get the best. You won't. You see, because no mentor will make you. That's the fact. A mentor only catalyzes your interest. A mentor only adds yeast to your dough. Only helps what you already have to grow. So when there's nothing the mentor can improve on. There should be something. Number 3, keep the relationship on track with boundaries and honor. A lot of you mess things up. Keep it. You see, this is you see, keep this relationship on track with boundaries and honor. If you remove honor and remove boundaries, mentorship will not help you, will not bless you, won't help you grow. So you must intentionally honor your mentors. Don't introduce a begging life, and don't become familiar with them. A mentor should know. It's not every time you see your mentor, sir, I have a need of 5,000 naira. Sir, I have a need of $3. No, it's not every time you see your mentor you must ask for something. No, sir, I'm hungry, or I'm hungry. No. If you do that, your mentor is not there to give you fish. Your mentor is there to teach you how to fish. The moment you change it the other way around, and then familiarity, that he's your mentor doesn't make him perfect. Mentors also have challenges, have weaknesses, have their areas of flaw, but make up your mind not to become familiar. Focus on why you are in his life or her life. Learn what you need to learn, grow, and move on. The next one is, when you find your mentor, always give a feedback on progress and be a blessing as you are enabled. Always let them know the successes you've recorded. Let them see how you're growing. And then, once in a while, be a blessing to them. Come with your substance. Help them. They are doing a party, do something for them. They have an issue in their lives, solve it. Solve it the best way you can. Give them the little assistance you can. Be a blessing to them. You understand? So report on how the relationship is helping and sow into his or her life. Learn to be a giver to them. Sow into their lives. Sow into their lives. Do you understand me? Do that. Then keep raising the bar of mentorship as your vision and level increases. You see, as you increase, as you grow, raise your bar. Raise your bar. Do you understand me? Because that helps you get the best out of the person. Because you see, I'm a teacher and I mentor people. I mentor a couple of persons. There are a few of them I'm always excited whenever they come around. Why? Because I know that these people are going to be asking me challenging questions. Questions that, man, when I hear them, they make me, whenever they call me on the phone and say, "Sam, I'm coming to see you. I've got something to discuss with you." I prayerfully prepare for them because I know that these guys, and when I'm done with them, I grow. Because you see, these people are always raising the bar. They are not coming to me with childish things. Why there are others when they are coming? I just try my best. If I don't have cash that period, I will tell them, okay, I will not be around. I will be around though, but I will not be available then. Can you come on so and so day? Because I know the moment they arrive, is one need or the other. So at the end of the day, instead of canceling them, I'll just think, well, take this and see how you can add to what you have and solve the problem. And they are still my mentees. I'm not going to throw them away. I still believe in them. I'll talk to them. I'll push them. I know that one day they will catch it. Because some of these other ones now that I'm celebrating now, they were like these other ones before. And I kept on pampering, teaching, growing them. Today now, they don't ask me again. They come to give. So that's it. So you may need more mentors in different areas. Sometimes too, by the time you begin to grow, you may need to add more mentors. Yes, you may need to add more mentors. Because the person that may be the mentor now, mentor one, may not be able to cater for the need of other areas of your life. So you can add more mentors. When it comes to your business, you can get a business mentor. If your mentor is a career person, he may not be able to do so much help when it comes to business. Do you understand me? But there are mentors that are actually versatile. If God gave you that kind of one, cool. And that's the type I'm aspiring to be. Where it doesn't matter the area any of my mentees come, I will have grace, sufficient knowledge. But then you have to have, in case the mentor you have right now is not that versatile, is to get more mentors in those areas. You can have a mentor for your relationship, someone who is good and grounded when it comes to relationship. So, finally, nothing delivers results by chance. Hear me now. Nothing delivers results by chance. You must work at it. If your relationship, if your relationship with your mentors is gonna work, you must work at it. That's the number one now. You must work at it. Hear me. You need mentors in your life. Young person listening to me today, you need mentors in your life. Our time is already fast spent. Let me just recap of who we met in case you are just joining us. This is still Life Center Network, your gateway to possibilities. My name is Franklin Wilson, and today I'm your host. This program comes to you every Thursday by 2 p.m. on this station, on this page. So I would like you to share this page, talk to your friends about this program, and you can reach me, and you can just chat with me and let's talk on 0702 5000 950. And I will be glad, to talk to you. Okay, let me just do a little recap in case you're just joining me. We've been talking about barriers to growth, things that affect our growth. A lot of people want to get better, a lot of people want to improve in their lives, but there are certain factors that fight growth in our lives. And we've talked about fear, we've talked about pride. There are a couple of things, but today we're looking at relationships. And then the Bible lets us know that a man who companies with the wise will become wise, but a man who companies with fools will be destroyed. So your association matters. Your friends matters. The people in your life matter a lot. And then I told you that there are different levels of relationship that you must cultivate and build if you must grow. And I told one of those relationships is mentorship. You must have a mentor if you must move forward. And then I told you something here, that a mentor is one that awakens your potential. I'm just going to run through. A mentor is one that awakens your potential. A mentor is one that waters the seed of grace in you until it germinates and helps you to tend it until it begins to produce fruit. A mentor is one that speaks into your future and also speaks future into you. A mentor believes in you and inspires you to discover yourself. Your mentor will never fight you or compete with you. Your mentor will always believe in you. A mentor will not condemn you, but a mentor may correct you, may tell you this is wrong, but will never condemn you. Yes. You get, a mentor may condemn the action, condemn the decision you made, but can never condemn you. They believe in you. A mentor is ready to counsel, guide, and give you platform if necessary, and assist you to rise. That's where a mentor is. So I'm here today to encourage you today to get a mentor. Look out for one. But first of all, you have to define what you want. Because in defining what you want out of life, defining where you're going will help you know the kind of mentor to have in your life. Do you understand me? So you have to first of all sit down and ask yourself a few questions. Maybe you're watching me right now and you're asking, how do I go about it? You can send me a message. The line is on the screen right now, 0702 5000 950. Just send me a chat. Tell me, okay, sir, I listened to you today and I want you to help me. I want you to mentor my life. I'll talk to you. I'll ask you a few questions. And if I feel I'm not the best person for you, I know a couple of good people that can be a mentor to you. I can recommend you to one of them, and I'll let the person know I'm recommending you, and then you can pick it up from there. And I believe that God will help you end this year better than you started it. And every young person, remember, you may be young today, does not mean you'll be young tomorrow. The earlier you begin to lay the right foundations for yourself, and when I mean foundations here, I mean the right mental foundations, the way you think, your outlook about life, the better for you. Because your life cannot grow beyond your thought processes. Your life cannot grow beyond the things you see. And mentors can help you think at a higher level. So I encourage you today, be my guest, and let's see how far God can take us. Until I come your way again, this is still Life Center Network, your gateway to possibilities. Don't forget, it's the mechanic. And here we don't repair cars. Here we repair lives. Here we help your life to count. We help your life to be relevant. We help your life to run the way it's meant to run. There is a way your life is meant to go. Because there is something you were born for. Someone designed your life before you were born. And our job here in this show, the mechanic, is to help you run like you should run. Until I come your way again, for now, it's bye-bye from here. Bye-bye.